Now there was a man in Jerusalem called Simeon, who was righteous and devout. He was waiting for the consolation of Israel, and the Holy Spirit was upon him. It had been revealed to him by the Holy Spirit that he would not die before he had seen the Lord's Christ. Moved by the Spirit, he went into the temple courts. When the parents brought in the child Jesus to do for him what was the custom of the law, Simeon took him in his arms and praised God, saying, "Sovereign Lord, as you have promised, you now dismiss your servant in peace. For my eyes have seen your salvation, which you have prepared in the sight of all people, a light for the revelation to the Gentiles, and for the glory to your people Israel." The child's father and mother marveled at what was said about him. Then Simeon blessed him and said to Mary his mother, "This child is destined to cause the falling and rising of many in Israel, and to be a sign that will be spoken against, so that the thoughts of many hearts will be revealed, and a sword will pierce your own soul too." When Joseph and Mary had done everything required of the law, they returned to Galilee, to their own town of Nazareth. And the child grew and became strong. He was filled with wisdom, and the grace of God was upon him. The true light that gives light to every man was coming into the world. He was in the world, and though the world was made through him, they did not recognize him. He came to that which was his own, but his own did not receive him. Yet to all who received him, those who believed in his name, he gave the right to become children of God, children born not of natural descent, nor of human decision, or of a husband's will, but born of God. The Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. We have seen his glory, the glory of the one and only, who came from the Father, full of grace and truth.
Don't be shy, come on. Next one will be Cody Martin. Tim Moorhead. Gabe Sheehan, which he's not here today, he's one of our bigger linemen. Ron Simon. David Smith. Sam Becker. Andrew Bowman. Zach Hall. Jeremiah May, which I don't think he's here today, but he was our fullback and linebacker. Gabe Moore. Matt Lang. Brandon Moore. Barrett. Adam Cameron. Spencer Jakowski. Adam Funk. Isaac Moore. Antonio Palata. Austin Childress. John Lang, which he's not here today either. Christian Bunsey. Mitchell Moon. Austin Woody. Brian Robb, which I don't think's here today. Swan and Kevin Holmes aren't here today. And David Montaleo. The coach wanted me to say something about each player, but as you can see, each player played an excellent part in our program. And some are moving up, some are coming back. Hopefully they all come back. But we had an excellent season, and like Coach said, you guys as kids and going into manhood, you definitely need to thank your parents, because those are the ones that got you here, they got you involved in the program, and got you where you are today. As a coach, and I'm pretty sure I speak for the rest of them, I want to thank you guys, because you guys taught me a lot too, so thanks.
All right, thank you, Rick. Middle school, awesome job, guys. While I got you up here, though, I want y'all looking up here. 8th graders and 7th graders. All you 8th graders, I expect you to come out. You did a great job and you need to keep it rolling. Okay, 7th graders, come out and keep that rolling. I'd like to see all 18 of you plus your 11 teammates that aren't here today. Hopefully we get you all out. If you ain't playing basketball, come to the weight room. All right? Thank you. Great job this year.
Yeah. Austin Childress.
The high school most improved was Peter Cunningham. Okay, the next one, best offensive back. Now, best offensive back can be a wide receiver, it could be a running back, or a quarterback. Okay, those are the ones that fall into this category. So, with that, here we go.
For junior high, we have Jeremiah May. He couldn't be here today. He played fullback for us. So.
For the high school, best offensive back goes to Curtis Yurchek. Okay, now we got best defensive back. Best defensive back is obviously cornerbacks, safeties, and linebackers. Is that what we voted on? And linebackers. With that, here we go.
William Barrett.
And for the high school, it's Cameron Holland. Next award is the best offensive lineman. This could be, this could be centers, guards, tackles, and tight ends. So for the middle school,
Mitchell Moon.
for the high school, Bobby Myers. Okay, moving on. Best defensive lineman. Again, this is defensive ends, defensive tackles, guards, or nose guards, depending on what defense we are in. For the middle school, we have
David Smith.
And for the high school, we have Morgan Young. Next award is Best Christian Testimony. This is a hard one. All these are hard awards. And let me just say, we want to give an award out. We could give out awards to everybody, but that's not possible. And when we vote, this award is really hard on this team. And the reason it's so hard, I mean, everybody's a great kid. Everybody shows great Christian values. These guys are warriors, though. Sometimes we forget that Jesus was a warrior, and we'd like our football players to think that way sometimes. You know, we all love and we know how much he means to us and how much we mean to him. But, you know, he was a warrior. And that's what this award's about. It's a Christian testimony. It's something that we believe they go out and they could be the greatest kid in the world, but they know when they have to switch the switch on and play football. But they do it in a classy way, but they'll still hit you. And that's what it's all about. So with the middle school, we have
Gabe Sheehan, which he couldn't be here tonight. And as the junior high coach and for the kids, you'll understand for Gabe Sheehan. So he comes up to varsity next year.
With the high school, Ben Finley. Okay, next award. This one. Next award is a coach's award. This is something that's pretty universal at all teams and all programs. I know, speaking for me, because I'm with my kids all the time, this is probably 20 people I could give this to. And I'm probably a little short when I say 20. But what we felt was a coach's award is, you just can't ask for anything more. You really can't. They give you everything they got, and they're great leaders, they're great people, and they're coaches. So here's what we got.
Ron Simon.
And the high school goes to Kristen Osborne. Okay, now I want to say that. Let's do this one. All right, the next award, the reason I said I want to save it, it's my favorite award. I wanted to save it near the end, but I was not a great football player, and I tell my kids that all the time. I wasn't. Yeah. But there was one thing that I honestly, you can go back and ask my coaches and ask the helmets and the little marks here. I love to hit, and I love it when my players hit. When they run down the field, when Zach would run a 70-yard touchdown run, I'd be when Zach would lay somebody out, I'd be running out on the field to try to pick Zach up. I mean, it's just me. It's just something I was taught, and I love it when you hit me. This award was not voted on. Okay, these awards were earned. They all were earned, but this was strictly earned on the field. Coaches had no choice in this. You just did it. Okay, and a hammer is big hits. We're going to do what my friend does at Monroe next year. I wish we'd have done it this year. We've got a sledgehammer. And every week, you're going to run out with that sledgehammer. The guy that wins the Hammer of the Week award, when you guys see him run out next year in the high school, hopefully they're strong enough to carry it, but they will bring out the hammer. And when you see that hammer, you'll know what it's for. It's no disrespect to anybody as far as violence or any of that stuff. It's football. And we love the hammer. We get excited. I mean, it brings tears to my eyes sometimes. Again, here's the middle school.
Somebody.
Gabe Moore.
I'm from Laughlin, and I played at Laughlin. I coached at Laughlin for a couple of years. I was at Laughlin that day when Gabe, I think he had two, but he had one in particular. But the one right off the bat, and I almost took him out of the game just to hold him up in the air so I could see him. He depleted a kid. He really laid him out, and the kid got up. That's what it's all about. But he also knew who Gabe Moore was. The next guy, again, I said a few guys that were close, and they was. It was really kind of close, but this guy ended up with the most. Keith Davis. I just wish I'd had the hammer this year so they could have carried it out, but again, I talk a lot about the hammer. I got to move on, or I'll be here all day. Next award is the Best Defensive Player Award. This is all around. This could be any of the 11 spots. It could be any kid. Again, the hammer, an award for the high school called a Captain's Award, can be doubled over. We try not to double over awards if we can. But in this case, this kid, both these kids definitely earned their plaques, and this is the best defensive players.
Brandon Moore.
And on the high school Keith Davis. Now, best offensive player. Again, the same thing, just the other side of the ball. It's a side that you don't seem to get to see hit as much, but we do hit a little. And hopefully next year we hit a lot more. For the middle school,
Sam Becker.
for the high school, Zach Newman. Okay, the last team award, I think, whoever wants to say something. We give out an Eagle Award. The Eagle Award is like an MVP. I don't like the word MVP. I really don't, because it says you're the most valuable player. But we're the most valuable team, okay? But we give out an Eagle Award to young men who, you know, we couldn't live without. We couldn't live out without anyone, but these kids are kind of like the MVP, if you will, even though I don't like saying that. They did a little bit of everything. On offense, they were one of the top players, if not the top player, and on defense, same way. So these are our Eagle Award winners.
Sam Becker.
And for the high school, Ben Williams.
Ben Williams.
Okay, one last high school award, and then we'll do the league awards and we'll be done. It's going to take a while to get it unwrapped. We give out a captain's award. It's like the Hammer Award. It's decided on the field.
Coaches, as parents, we appreciate all the work, everything that you've done for our kids. Why don't you slide that out of there? We had these posters made, 2 big posters for the head coaches, and he's going to try to pull it out. So we had these posters made, Landmark Eagle football with the highlights on the bottom, and if you look, there's the Laughlin scoreboard, and we beat them 22-0. I thought you'd appreciate that.
Yes, good job.
Okay, so there's a stack of smaller posters there for the rest of the coaches, and any of the volunteers you see fit. There's 20 of them to hand out. So, okay.
All right. Thank you very much.